Hello, Zenith women, and welcome to the channel. In a world obsessed with applause, the ones who quietly walk away from the stage hold the real power. Sigma females are the ultimate paradox, fascinating yet elusive, confident but unassuming. They don't just reject the spotlight. They thrive in its absence, leaving people both puzzled and intrigued. Did you know that studies show introverted individuals often have higher levels of creativity and problem-solving skills? Now imagine that amplified with a fierce independence and an unapologetic attitude towards societal norms. That's the Sigma female for you. While the world scrambles for likes, shares, and fleeting moments of fame, Sigma females sit back with a knowing smirk, sipping their coffee like, "Let them chase, I'll build." They don't crave attention because they don't need it. They're too busy being exceptional. Curious yet? Let's dive deeper into why these extraordinary women defy the norms and couldn't care less about your attention. Number 1. They build their legacy, not their popularity. Sigma females are wired differently when it comes to ambition. While the world fixates on gaining followers, fame, or fleeting moments of recognition, Sigma females are busy focusing on the bigger picture, their legacy. They don't measure success by applause or the number of people watching. They measure it by the impact they leave behind. For them, life isn't a popularity contest. It's a series of purposeful actions that build towards something meaningful and enduring. What sets Sigma females apart is their ability to think long-term. While others chase trends or seek validation in the moment, they're crafting something that will outlast the noise. They understand that true influence doesn't come from being seen, but from building something worth remembering, whether it's a groundbreaking career, a movement, or simply a life lived on their own terms. This mindset allows them to stay focused while others are distracted by the superficial. Attention, in their eyes, is fleeting. It can be here today and gone tomorrow, and chasing it only leads to exhaustion. Instead, Sigma females channel their energy into actions that align with their values. They aren't afraid to take the slower, less glamorous path if it means creating something with substance. They know the difference between being known and being remembered. Fame fades, but a legacy lasts, and that's what they're after. They don't need to be in the spotlight because they know their work, their ideas, and their principles will speak for themselves. They're not looking for claps or standing ovations. They're building monuments that will stand long after the applause dies down. For a Sigma female, the ultimate win isn't recognition. It's the quiet satisfaction of knowing they've created something timeless. Number 2. Attention distracts from their goals. For Sigma females, attention isn't a prize, it's a distraction. While others might chase the fleeting thrill of validation, they see it as a hindrance to their progress. Their goals are not shaped by the opinions or expectations of others, but by a deeply rooted sense of purpose. This clarity of vision allows them to cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters, no matter how unconventional or challenging it might be. Sigma females often operate on a wavelength that transcends superficial societal norms. They're not interested in fitting into molds or checking boxes to gain approval. Instead, they're building something that reflects their inner values, whether it's a career, a passion project, or a way of life. Attention to them is like background chatter at a library, unnecessary, distracting, and best ignored. This single-minded focus is what makes Sigma females exceptional. They have a rare ability to prioritize what matters and tune out everything else. They don't need external applause to validate their efforts because their satisfaction comes from within. To them, the work itself is the reward, and attention from others often feels like an unwanted interruption. It's not that they're antisocial or dismissive. They simply understand that the energy spent seeking attention could be better invested in achieving their goals. They choose substance over spectacle, depth over display, and impact over impression. For a Sigma female, the only audience that truly matters is herself, and she's not about to let anyone else's expectations derail her path. Number 3. They see attention as a weak currency. To Sigma females, attention is a currency with no real value, flashy, temporary, and often hollow. While society tends to place a premium on visibility, popularity, and surface-level recognition, Sigma females see through the illusion. They understand that attention, no matter how abundant, doesn't equate to respect, fulfillment, or lasting impact. In fact, it often dilutes the focus needed for more meaningful pursuits. Unlike those who thrive on external validation, Sigma females operate on a different frequency. They prioritize substance over spectacle, choosing values, self-awareness, and personal growth as their guiding principles. To them, chasing attention is like grasping at shadows. It's there one moment and gone the next, leaving nothing tangible behind. Instead, they focus on building a life filled with depth, purpose, and authenticity. What makes this perspective so powerful is the freedom it provides. Sigma females are not bound by the expectations or opinions of others, nor are they lured by the transient glow of public praise. This allows them to live authentically, unafraid to make choices that align with their own values, even if it means going against the grain. While others compete for fleeting moments of fame, Sigma females are carving out paths that matter, paths that are deeply rooted in self-discovery and long-term significance. For them, the real currency lies in their integrity, their work, and the lives they quietly impact, not in how many people notice them. In a world that glorifies being seen, Sigma females prove that true power comes from being substantial. Number 4. Their mystique is natural, not manufactured. The mystique of a Sigma female isn't something she crafts or cultivates. It simply exists, flowing naturally from the way she lives her life. Unlike those who strategically build an enigmatic persona to intrigue others, Sigma females have no interest in performance. Their mystery arises from their depth, independence, and refusal to conform to the social script of oversharing every detail of their lives. In an age where many rush to broadcast their every thought, meal, or milestone, Sigma females are refreshingly restrained. They understand the value of privacy, both as a form of self-respect and as a means to stay focused on their personal growth. This unwillingness to expose themselves unnecessarily creates an aura of intrigue, as people are naturally drawn to what they can't fully understand. It's not that Sigma females intentionally withhold information to appear mysterious. They simply don't feel the need to explain themselves. They live authentically, allowing their actions, achievements, and energy to speak louder than words ever could. This quiet confidence keeps people guessing, not out of calculation, but because their layers are too complex to be unraveled in a single conversation or interaction. Their mystique also stems from their depth. Sigma females spend their time thinking, creating, and pursuing their passions, which gives them a richness of character that can't be faked. They're not interested in shallow connections or surface-level interactions, and their reserved nature makes people wonder what lies beneath the surface. This natural mystery is what sets Sigma females apart. They don't seek to impress or attract attention, but in doing so, they captivate those around them. It's a paradox they don't try to solve, because their focus remains firmly on their own journey, not on how others perceive them. Number 5. They've experienced the downside of attention. Sigma females have a unique relationship with attention because they've seen its darker side firsthand. To them, it's not a glittering prize, but a double-edged sword that often cuts deeper than expected. Whether it's the invasive curiosity of people prying into their private lives, or individuals trying to exploit their distinctiveness for personal gain, they've learned that attention isn't always flattering. It's often a liability. One of the biggest lessons Sigma females have learned is that attention attracts all kinds, including those with ulterior motives. Their independence and self-assured nature can draw admirers, but it can also invite envy, manipulation, or unsolicited advice from people who assume they know better. The very qualities that make them stand out, authenticity, depth, and self-reliance, can sometimes make them targets for criticism or misunderstanding. This isn't paranoia, it's lived experience. Over time, Sigma females come to recognize that attention often comes with strings attached. It can create expectations they never agreed to fulfill or thrust them into social dynamics they'd rather avoid. For someone who values their autonomy and peace of mind above all else, This kind of attention feels more like a burden than a blessing. As a result, Sigma females become increasingly selective about where they direct their energy and who they allow into their world. They'd rather stay under the radar, quietly pursuing their goals, than deal with the complications that come with being in the spotlight. Their avoidance of attention isn't shyness or insecurity. It's a calculated choice based on wisdom and experience. For a Sigma female, peace and authenticity outweigh the fleeting thrill of being noticed. They've seen what attention can cost, and they've decided it's a price they're not willing to pay. Number 6. They redefine power on their own terms. For Sigma females, power isn't about dominance, popularity, or the number of people singing their praises. It's about the quiet, unshakable strength of living life authentically and unapologetically on their own terms. While others might equate power with visibility or the ability to influence masses, Sigma females reject this traditional notion entirely. They don't need to be seen, heard, or celebrated to feel powerful. They define power as the freedom to be themselves without compromise. What sets them apart is their self-validation. Sigma females derive their sense of worth from within, not from external accolades or societal benchmarks. They don't look to others for approval, nor do they conform to expectations just to fit in or climb the social ladder. This independence is their superpower, allowing them to make decisions based on their values and desires rather than fear of judgment or a need for acceptance. True power to a Sigma female lies in owning her choices, whether those choices are bold and public or subtle and private. It's about having the courage to walk away from situations that don't serve her, even if it means walking alone. It's about setting boundaries, saying no, and knowing that her worth isn't tied to how many people agree with her or admire her. This mindset is rare and intimidating to some because it challenges the conventional understanding of influence and success. Sigma females don't need an audience to feel powerful. Their power comes from their autonomy, their resilience, and their ability to shape their lives as they see fit. By redefining power on their own terms, they prove that true strength isn't loud or flashy. It's grounded, deliberate, and utterly unshakable. Number 7. Their energy commands respect, not pity or praise. Sigma females possess an energy that speaks louder than words. It's not the kind that demands attention or begs for approval. It's quiet, unyielding, and impossible to ignore. Their presence alone commands respect. And it's not because they strive for it, but because they embody it. They move through life with a sense of purpose and confidence that sets them apart without any theatrics or attempts to impress. What makes their energy so compelling is its authenticity. Sigma females don't perform or exaggerate to be noticed. They're entirely comfortable in their own skin, and this self-assuredness naturally draws people in. There's an undeniable magnetism in someone who knows their worth and refuses to compromise it for anyone. It's not arrogance. It's simply a deep understanding of who they are and what they stand for. This respect is earned through their actions and demeanor, not requested or expected. Sigma females don't rely on pity to gain sympathy or on praise to feel validated. Instead, they let their work, words, and values speak for themselves. Their energy leaves no room for doubt, whether it's in how they carry themselves, the way they navigate challenges, or their ability to stand firm in their beliefs. Interestingly, this level of respect often catches people off guard. In a world where many clamor for attention, the quiet power of a Sigma female can be both refreshing and intimidating. Their strength lies not in demanding recognition, but in living in such a way that recognition becomes inevitable. They don't need to seek respect. It finds them naturally and effortlessly as a byproduct of their integrity and the undeniable force of their energy. Number 8. They're unapologetically selective. Sigma females are unapologetically selective about where they invest their time, energy, and attention. For them, every interaction and relationship must have a purpose, be it growth, meaning, or mutual respect. They don't spread themselves thin trying to please everyone or gain approval from those who don't matter. Their standards are sky high, and they have no interest in lowering them to accommodate mediocrity. This selectiveness isn't about arrogance, it's about self-respect. Sigma females understand the value of their energy and won't waste it on superficial connections or draining relationships. They recognize that not everyone deserves access to their inner world, and they guard it with care. It's not about shutting people out. It's about prioritizing quality over quantity. Their high standards often come as a shock to those used to people pleasers or those who chase validation. Sigma females don't feel obligated to entertain every person who seeks their attention or conform to social expectations of politeness. If someone doesn't align with their values or add genuine positivity to their life, they'll simply move on without guilt or explanation. This discernment is what allows them to build deeply meaningful relationships. When a Sigma female chooses to give someone her time, it's because that person has genuinely earned it. Her selectiveness ensures that her circle is filled with people who respect her, understand her, and share her commitment to authenticity. In a world that often celebrates being accessible to everyone, Sigma females flip the script. They know their worth, and they refuse to dilute it for the sake of attention. By being unapologetically selective, they maintain their peace, protect their energy, and focus on what truly matters in life. Number 9. Freedom fuels their soul. Freedom is the lifeblood of a Sigma female. It's not just a luxury, it's the foundation of who they are. They thrive in autonomy, finding strength and purpose in the ability to make decisions on their own terms. For a Sigma female, the idea of being bound by the expectations of others is suffocating, and seeking attention would only serve to constrain the independence they cherish so deeply. Their freedom is what allows them to explore their passions, chase their goals, and chart a path that feels true to them, not to society's idea of success. They don't need the approval of others to feel validated or fulfilled, and this is where they find their power. When they're not tethered to the whims of what others think or expect, they can focus on what truly matters, creating a life that resonates with their own values and desires. In fact, the very thought of compromising that freedom, whether through the demands of attention or the pressure to fit in, feels like a betrayal of their core. Sigma females understand that seeking attention often comes with strings attached, obligations, expectations, and a loss of the autonomy they hold sacred. To maintain their peace of mind and emotional balance, they choose independence over external validation, creating lives that are authentically theirs, free from the shackles of social performance. For a Sigma female, freedom isn't just about having the ability to choose. It's about living a life where every decision, every step, and every action reflects their true self. They don't seek attention because it compromises that precious freedom. They know that their independence is what fuels their soul, and without it, nothing else matters. Number 10. Attention is cheap. Connection is rare. In a world where attention is just a click away, Sigma females know that it's cheap and fleeting. It's the easiest commodity to gain, often requiring little more than a carefully crafted persona or a quick viral moment. But to them, attention holds no real value. It's the shallowest form of recognition, and while it might provide a temporary boost, it rarely adds any lasting worth to their lives. What Sigma females truly crave are deep, authentic connections. These are the relationships that require time, vulnerability, and mutual understanding, qualities that can't be faked or manufactured. For them, a single meaningful conversation or a bond with someone who truly gets them holds far more weight than dozens of superficial interactions. They're not in the business of collecting followers or accumulating likes. They're focused on building a small circle of genuine relationships that add substance to their world. While others may scramble for attention, hoping it will fulfill some sense of validation or belonging, Sigma females understand that true connection is what enriches their lives. It's in these rare, sincere interactions that they find comfort, growth, and alignment with their values. They know that deep connections, whether with friends, family, or colleagues, bring lasting fulfillment, while attention is just a momentary high. In their eyes, attention is nothing more than noise. The world is full of people who want to be seen, but very few who want to be truly understood. Sigma females would rather invest in relationships that are authentic, transformative, and based on mutual respect. For them, connection is the rare gem worth searching for, while attention is just the flashy distraction that falls away once they see through its emptiness. In a world that thrives on attention, approval, and fleeting moments of recognition, Sigma females stand apart with their quiet strength, depth, and independence. They don't seek the spotlight because they know that true power lies not in being seen, but in being secure in who they are. For them, attention is a distraction, and connection is a treasure. They've learned that the loudest voices often carry the least substance, and that authentic, meaningful relationships are the real currency of life. Sigma females redefine what it means to be powerful. Their strength comes from their autonomy, their refusal to conform, and their unwavering commitment to their own values. They don't chase validation or succumb to the pressures of societal expectations. Instead, they create lives that are rich with purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment, quietly but profoundly. In the end, Sigma females prove that attention is an illusion, and true success is measured by the peace and self-respect that comes from living life on their own terms. They don't need your attention because they've already found something far more valuable, their own. If you found yourself intrigued by the power, depth, and unapologetic confidence of Sigma females, then you won't want to miss what's coming next. Subscribe to the channel for more insights, inspiring content, and a deep dive into what truly matters: authenticity, independence, and living life on your own terms. Don't just be a spectator. Join the community, engage with content that empowers, and let's redefine success together. Hit that subscribe button now and be part of something real.